Hello, this is Adam with Dream Made Productions. This video is made possible by the very kind donations of viewers like you. Thank you. If you are in a position to help this channel improve quality and grow, please visit my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below.
It is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battle mechs.
In 2980, the new CEO of Kallon Industries, Duke Joseph Fa-Crimea, took steps to remove a longtime rival. Earl Riley Alexachev had long pushed for increased taxes and local control over Kallon's factories. After his appointment by the board, Fa-Crimea set a plan into motion. A series of accounts were set up in Alexachev's name, and transactions completed showing the conversion of Ryu to C-bills. It did not take long for Federated Sun's internal security to take the bait. The minor lord soon found himself mired in investigations, unable to explain the accounts and his family's seemingly sizable collection of Draconis Combine house bills. Eventually, the Alexachev family was stripped of their earlhood by House Sandoval. Less than a year later, Riley and his son perished in a prison riot. What was unknown at the time was that Riley Alexachev had an illegitimate daughter. Kimberly Savich's mother was a housekeeper at the Alexachev estate and a secret mistress of the Earl. From all reports, Earl Alexachev genuinely cared about Kimberly and her mother, secretly providing them with a comfortable house and an education for Kimberly. Kimberly would grow into, by all accounts, an attractive, humorous, and quick-witted teen. Despite his wife's chagrin, Riley Alexachev enjoyed the joke-filled letters he would receive from his daughter. When Lady Alexachev died, Riley took steps to recognize Kimberly officially and have her take the family name. The teenager was hidden away and educated in inner-sphere nobility and mech warrior training. Earl Riley decided to keep Kimberly's existence a secret until her natural charm could be refined. This would also give him time to deal with the social fallout of elevating the daughter of a housekeeper into the Coolward Draconis March leadership, a move that would ultimately save her life. With Earl Riley out of the way, his own personal power over Kallon secure, Duke Fa-Crimea used his influence to seize the Alexachev family holdings for Kallon and himself. When word reached Kimberly of her father's imprisonment, violent death, and the seizure of her father's land and holdings by Kallon Industries, it was not hard for her to guess who was responsible for her father's demise. She swore revenge and began to seek out allies. It would not take her long. Several of the Earl's former house guards had escaped and were in hiding. Additionally, former low-level house staff knew her mother, and had long suspected who her father really was. Despite Kimberly's best efforts, her cabal was little more than a handful of displaced mech warriors, backed up by a small army of cooks, maids, and groundskeepers. That was until a mysterious man appeared, offering her a chance at the revenge she craved. He offered her a lance of fully operational battle mechs, formerly fielded by the 1st Davion Heavy Guards. He also provided funding for her first operation. Kimberly named her band Riley's Rebels and decided her first target would be the Kallon Industries dropship facility on the sleepy world of Layover. Undergoing servicing there was the White Castle, one of the few remaining Fortress-class dropships left at that point during the Secession Wars. Turn 1. The Warhammer, Centurion, and Battlemaster all advance forward. The Crusader, Vindicator, and Hunchback stay back, protecting the Kallon perimeter. The Phoenix Hawk races forward, and the Grasshopper also holds position. Kimberly and her Battlemaster fires first. Her PPC misses the Grasshopper. The Hunchback is out of weapons range. The Vindicator fires at the approaching Phoenix Hawk with his PPC and LRM-5, the PPC striking the center torso. The Phoenix Hawk fires his large laser at the Grasshopper, melting some armor off the right arm. The Crusader empties both LRM-15 banks at the Battlemaster. 9 of the missiles hit the assault mech's left torso. The Grasshopper also targets the Battlemaster, firing his large laser and LRM-5 but misses. The Warhammer fires one of his PPCs at the Grasshopper, but also misses. The Centurion targets the Grasshopper with his AC-10 and LRM-10. The autocannon rounds miss, but some of the missiles hit the larger mech's right arm and center torso. Turn 2. The Phoenix Hawk runs south to flank. Kimberly and her Battlemaster charges forward. The Hunchback moves forward, intercepting the oncoming Battlemaster. The Vindicator takes aim. The Grasshopper walks with the Hunchback, double-teaming the enemy Battlemaster. The Warhammer and Centurion continue walking forward. The Vindicator fires his LRM and PPC at the Battlemaster, the PPC hitting the left arm. The Hunchback opens up on the Battlemaster with his AC-20 and both medium lasers. The AC-20 rounds crash into the assault mech's right arm, heavily damaging it and destroying the lower arm actuator. The medium lasers adding to the damage to the right arm and left arm. The Phoenix Hawk fires his large laser at the Hunchback but misses. The Grasshopper also opens up on the Battlemaster with all of his lasers. The large laser hits the left torso and 2 of the medium score hits on the left arm. The Warhammer unleashes a dual PPC blast at the Grasshopper, one catching the mech square in the center torso. The Crusader locks on and fires both LRM-15s at the Battlemaster. Most miss, but a few hit the center torso and left arm. Jarred around by taking fire from the entire enemy lance, Kimberly keeps her mech under control and turns her weapons on the Hunchback, firing her short-range weapons, hitting the right torso and leg with a medium laser. The Centurion also targets the Hunchback with his AC-10, LRM-10, and medium laser. The AC-10 rips away the armor of the center torso. The rest of the weapons miss. Turn 3. The Warhammer concentrates on targeting. The Centurion continues walking forward. Kimberly holds her ground against the entire enemy lance. The Vindicator and Crusader also hold their ground, taking aim. The Hunchback pilot loses control of his mech, slipping, falling onto his left leg. He stands and walks into melee with the Battlemaster. The Phoenix Hawk walks into the Kallon grounds, trying to engage the Crusader. The Grasshopper runs, getting behind Kimberly's Battlemaster. The Phoenix Hawk opens fire on the Crusader with his large laser and both medium lasers. The medium lasers miss, but the large laser melts armor off the Crusader's right leg. The Warhammer targets the Grasshopper with his medium lasers, small lasers, machine guns, and his SRM-6. The medium lasers hit the left leg and left torso. The other weapons miss. The Centurion also targets the Grasshopper, firing all of his forward weapons, the autocannon hitting the left leg. He turns and kicks out at the Hunchback, smashing his mech's foot into the Hunchback's right leg. The damage to the Grasshopper overwhelms the mech warrior, causing him to tumble. Trying to catch himself, he falls on his right arm and leg. He tries to fire on the Battlemaster as he falls, firing all of his lasers, but scores a single hit with a medium laser to the left arm. The Hunchback again targets the Battlemaster, firing his AC-20 and medium lasers. The medium lasers hit the right torso and left arm. The AC-20 rounds explode, ripping the right arm off the damaged assault mech, landing his kick on the right leg. The Vindicator fires his PPC and LRM-5 trying to bring down the Battlemaster. The PPC and missiles both crash into the left torso. The Crusader ignores the Phoenix Hawk, firing all of his LRMs at the Battlemaster, some of the missiles hitting the left leg and center torso. Kimberly, again weathering the concentrated fire of the entire enemy lance, struggles to keep her mech upright. She again fires all of her forward weapons at the Hunchback, peppering the medium mech with laser, machine gun, and SRM fire, while using her rear medium lasers to fire on the downed Grasshopper, damaging that mech's right leg. She then kicks out at the Hunchback, the Battlemaster's foot ripping the smaller mech's right leg off the mech, jamming part of the damaged limb into the right torso as the mech crashes to the ground. Turn 4. The Hunchback lifts up to fire. Kimberly turns her Battlemaster, backing south trying to break contact. The Phoenix Hawk leaps to the top of the Kallon office building, getting behind the Crusader. The Centurion backs up with Kimberly's Battlemaster. The Vindicator and Warhammer hold their ground, aiming. The Crusader walks forward to keep the stricken Battlemaster in his sights. The Grasshopper stands and runs trying to get behind the Warhammer. The Phoenix Hawk fires his large laser at the Vindicator but misses. The Centurion fires on the Grasshopper with his AC-10 and LRM. The autocannon hits the right leg while some of the missiles damage the thin armor of the rear, right, and center torsos. Kimberly fires her Battlemaster's medium lasers and SRM-6 at the Grasshopper, a medium laser damaging the armor of the left rear torso and striking the mech's head. The Crusader continues to pressure Kimberly, firing both LRM-15s. The missiles crash into both the right and left torsos, some of the explosions ripping into the internal of the mech, destroying the SRM-6 launcher relay and blowing out one of the medium laser cores. Again, the Grasshopper pilot cannot withstand the fire and falls, damaging his left leg and center torso. He fires his lasers again, but misses with all but a medium laser hitting the Warhammer's right torso. The Hunchback fires up at the Battlemaster with his AC-20 and medium lasers, but miss. The Vindicator also misses Kimberly's Battlemaster with his PPC and LRMs. The Warhammer responds to the Grasshopper with his full short-range arsenal, hitting with all the weapons, raking across the mech with lasers, SRMs, and machine gun rounds. Turn 5. The Grasshopper stands running behind the Battlemaster, trying to trap Kimberly. The Phoenix Hawk stays in his perch on top of the office building. The Centurion turns and backs into melee with the larger Grasshopper. Kimberly turns and also joins the physical fight with the Grasshopper. The Hunchback lifts up to fire. The Vindicator and Centurion both concentrate on targeting. The Warhammer turns and backs south towards his lance mates. The Crusader again fires both LRMs at the Battlemaster. Most miss, but some hit the right torso and left leg. The Warhammer uses both PPCs to damage the Grasshopper's right and left arms. The Grasshopper targets the lighter Centurion with his lasers, melting globs of armor off the Centurion, then kicks out, nearly destroying the medium mech's right leg. The Phoenix Hawk again fires on the Vindicator, this time with his large laser and both medium lasers. The large laser melting armor off the left leg, while the mediums damage the rear, center, and right torso armor. The Centurion responds to the Grasshopper with his AC-10 and medium laser, missing with the autocannon. The medium laser hits the right arm, while he manages to kick the larger mech's right leg. Kimberly and her crippled Battlemaster targets the Grasshopper with her remaining weapons, medium lasers ripping into the rear, center torso, and left torso armor, the machine guns raking the left arm and leg. She swings out, her mech's foot hitting the already damaged right leg, destroying it. The Grasshopper falls again, crashing onto the right torso, ripping a heatsink out of its mounting. The Vindicator misses the Battlemaster with his PPC, but some of the LRMs hit the right torso. The Hunchback again fires on Kimberly's Battlemaster. The AC-20 misses, but the medium lasers both hit the mech's center torso, melting through a weak spot in the armor and damaging the heat shielding of the fusion engine. Turn 6. The Grasshopper lifts up to fire. The Phoenix Hawk and Centurion hold their ground, targeting. Kimberly and her Battlemaster runs forward, trying to reach the Kallon campus. The Vindicator continues to hold. The Hunchback lifts up. The Crusader runs, getting behind Kimberly's Battlemaster. The Warhammer holds his ground. The Centurion alpha strikes the downed Grasshopper. the AC-10 damaging the center torso, the medium lasers hit the right arm. He lifts his foot trying to finish the mech, but the pilot manages to raise his arm. The kick rips the damaged right arm off the mech. The Phoenix Hawk cools his overheating mech. The Crusader uses his medium lasers, SRM-6s, and machine guns on Kimberly's crippled Battlemaster, but misses with all but a single medium laser hit to the rear right torso. The Warhammer fires both PPCs at the down Hunchback, hitting the arms. The Vindicator fires his PPC, LRM-5, and medium laser. The medium laser finishes off the damaged left arm. The PPC flies high, hitting the Battlemaster in the head. Kimberly screams as the charged particles melt through the armor into the structure, overloading her status screens, burning her, but otherwise misses the cockpit. The Hunchback fires his AC-20 and medium lasers trying to finish off Kimberly, but misses. Screaming from the pain of her burns, Kimberly unleashes her remaining weapons on the Vindicator and Crusader, doing some minor damage to each. Turn 7. The Phoenix Hawk stays on the office building. The Crusader backs away from the enemy mechs. The Warhammer again holds, concentrating on targeting. The Centurion runs to check on Kimberly's Battlemaster. The Vindicator keeps his targeting on the crippled Battlemaster. The Hunchback again lifts up to fire. Still suffering from the burns, Kimberly just backs up. The Grasshopper also lifts up to fire. The Phoenix Hawk targets the Vindicator with his large laser. The laser melts through the rear left torso armor, through a heat sink, and the housing of the LRM bin. At first, nothing happens, but then the ammo there cooks off, and the Kallon mech blows apart in a fireball. The Crusader, shocked at the sudden loss, fires his medium lasers, machine guns, and SRM-6 at the Battlemaster, but distracted, he misses. The Warhammer switches targets to the only remaining mobile security mech. Both PPCs lash out, damaging the right torso and left leg. Still in great pain, Kimberly fires her 3 medium lasers at the Hunchback but misses. The Centurion Alpha strikes the Crusader, his AC-20 rounds damaging the left torso. The Grasshopper fires on the swaying Battlemaster. His large laser and a medium laser strikes the thin armor of the rear center torso, punching through, further damaging the engine and completely destroying the gyro. The assault mech falls on its right and center torso. Kimberly screams again, her burned skin ripping away as she crashes into her safety restraints. The Hunchback lifts and fires on the Centurion with his AC-20 and medium lasers. The autocannon rounds rip their way into the mech's center torso, blowing out the medium laser there. Turn 8. The Warhammer continues to hold his ground, targeting. The Centurion backs off. The Grasshopper tries to crawl away. The Hunchback also crawls, trying to get closer to the Crusader. The Phoenix Hawk stays put on the office building, targeting the Crusader. The Crusader backs away, seeing no way out. No longer able to stand the agony of her burns, Kimberly ejects from her nearly destroyed Battlemaster. Concerned for their leader, the rebels offer to let the remaining Kallons flee if they cease fire. Deciding their paycheck is not worth dying for, the Kallon security mechs limp and crawl away. Aftermath. After the battle, the remaining Riley's rebels find Kimberly badly injured, but alive. Their mob managed to seize the fortress dropship and lift before reinforcements could arrive to stop them. Although they were forced to leave the ruined Battlemaster behind, the dropship, now renamed Riley's Revenge, had all they needed to repair and maintain their remaining mechs, as well as plenty of room to grow. Kimberly would recover, but the beautiful daughter of a housekeeper, soon to be a noble lady, was gone, replaced by a scarred, angry, and revenge-driven burn victim. She would continue her war against Kallon Industries, but was now hunted by AFFS as well. She would soon flee the inner sphere, finding her way to the periphery, working as a kind of unofficial mercenary, but striking out at Kallon whenever possible. She would later recount her story in a tell-all book, dismissed largely as propaganda and an attempt to clear her name. The book did recount her connection with her mysterious benefactor, the man she noted as being able to not only provide her with the pristine former Davian guard mechs, but also knew of the rare dropship, provided materials and technical readouts bearing SLDF marking. He was able to arrange transport to layover, even concealing their true identity, somehow causing a mix-up with Comstar's mercenary review board. The rebels were able to slip onto layover, the MRB listing them as Robbie's Ravagers, a small mercenary force under contract with the Federated Suns. When asked what became of the mysterious man, Kimberly Savage, now calling herself Kimberly Alexachev, was more vague. She noted that the man accompanied them as far as layover. His only apparent goal was unrestricted access to the Kallon facility once the rebels seized it. He refused to leave with her group, seemingly unconcerned about the company and Federated Suns armed forces approaching to retake the dropship facility. Historians have debated the existence of this mysterious man at all. Some have accused Kimberly Savage of using the figure as a cover for her own actions. Others believe the man could be a Draconis Combine spy. Kallon technicians did confirm unauthorized access to their corporate engineering database at the time the rebels were in control of the layover facility. Perhaps the most interesting evidence is the mix-up at the MRB. Ultimately, the confusion was found to be a simple paperwork mix-up, and seemingly not the result of some conspiracy, despite Kimberly Savage's insistence. The mystery aside, one thing was for certain: Kallon Industries and the Fakramias had not heard the last of Kimberly Savage or the legacy of the Alexachevs. Hello, this is Adam with Dream Made Productions. Thank you for watching my content. It really means a lot that you have given me the chance to entertain you. If you would like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Also below is a link for PayPal, or links if you would like to send crypto, if that's more your thing. Please know any amount that you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. You can also help the channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, liking, commenting, and sharing my channel with anyone you think might be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.